The World Cup is not just one of the biggest sports events in the world, but it's also a major source of FIFA's revenue. FIFA gains a lot from this and other events by selling television rights, marketing rights, and licensing rights, as well as revenue from ticket sales. Besides that, FIFA's costs are minimal, helping to ensure that the organization has as much money as possible to put back into the development of the sport itself. So in this video, we're going to tell you about how does FIFA make money from football. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. You might have heard about how rich the football industry is, but have no idea why they're so rich. Clubs have ticket sales, sponsorships, merchandise, and players as assets. FIFA stands for International Federation of Association Football, founded on 21st May 1904 with the motto of "For the game, for the world." FIFA now is the international governing body of the association. FIFA was formed in 1904 to oversee, organize, and promote a growing number of international football, soccer competitions because the sport is played in more than 200 countries. It's arguably the largest fan following of any sport around the globe. According to the official website, FIFA is modernizing football to be global, accessible, and inclusive in all aspects, not just on one or two continents, but everywhere. The main source of revenue for FIFA is from the World Cup tournament, one of the biggest and hottest sports events in the world, with the participation of national teams from all over the world. Although the World Cup is just organized every 4 years, it's enough to make it the major source of money for FIFA. Not only earning money from the tournaments, but FIFA also generates revenues from television rights, marketing rights, and licensing rights. In addition, the federation also takes efforts to minimize unnecessary costs, leaving as much money as possible to reinvest in the development of football. Selling marketing rights is another way FIFA uses to generate its revenues. 1.66 million out of the 4.6 million generated in the 2018 World Cup was from the sale of marketing rights. These $1.66 billion are generated in the 4 years leading up to the World Cup. This amount is expressively high and was one of the major reasons why there's so much corruption. Sepp Blatter and Michael Platini were recently in hot water for the same. There are more than $600 million generated in licensing rights for the 4-year period of the World Cup. This is a figure that keeps increasing with every tournament as football gains more popularity. These $600 million include the sale of brand licensing contracts, royalty payments, and other similar sources. Hospitality and accommodation rights and ticket sales are major sources of FIFA's revenues. A direct subsidiary of FIFA is entitled to enjoy 100% of the ticketing rights. In the period 2015 to 2018, the total money from hospitality rights and ticket sales was reported to be up to $712 million. In the 2018 World Cup held in Russia, more than 10 million tickets were sold. FIFA is the sole body charged with organizing the World Cup and the Women's World Cup, and as such retains access to all the revenues. It's common for these events to generate billions of dollars in revenue. The World Cup host country is decided upon by a bidding process, and it's fierce competition. Qatar will host the World Cup in 2022, while the US, Canada, and Mexico have been chosen to host the event for its 23rd edition in 2026. Each World Cup tournament will attract millions in the audience, putting pressure on the host country's infrastructure, but they still want to be the host. The winners of the Qatar World Cup will receive $44 million out of a total prize pot of $440 million paid by FIFA. Business is really this simple. If you manufacture a product that everybody wants to buy, but which costs you almost nothing to make, you're gonna accrue a lot of money rather than quickly. In a nutshell, this is how FIFA, football's world governing body, makes money. In 2018, when the World Cup was hosted in Russia, FIFA made more than $4.6 billion in revenue. FIFA pays World Cup host countries, organizing committees, prize money, travel, and accommodation for teams and support staff, plus a legacy fund to help develop the sport in the host country after the World Cup circus has left town. FIFA organizes its accounts in 4-year cycles around each World Cup. For the most recently published 2015 to 2018 cycle, FIFA brought in $6.4 billion. In 2021, a single non-World Cup year, FIFA took in $766 million. Most of FIFA's income comes from selling TV broadcast rights for the World Cup and other international tournaments. Of the $6.4 billion generated in the last cycle, $4.6 billion came from TV rights. FIFA is a non-profit organization that invests most of its income back into the development of the game and has tremendous earning power. Most of these earnings come from organizing and marketing major international competitions, with the most popular being the Men's and Women's World Cup, each of which happens every 4 years. Other competitions like the Continental Championships and the FIFA Confederations Cup are also quite popular. Global brands pay FIFA for the right to advertise at the organization's events. The biggest brands get to partner with FIFA on its development and social responsibility plans, meaning they have a foot in the door with FIFA's non-profit side, investing in the sport of football at international, national, and grassroots levels. The next biggest brands are permitted to advertise at the World Cup, which is the single most watched television event on the planet. About 5 billion people, more than half the Earth's population, are expected to tune into this year's tournament. That's a big audience for selling things to. In the pre-2018 World Cup cycle, marketing rights deals landed FIFA $1.66 billion, and even in 2021, revenue from the sale of marketing rights amounted to a healthy $131 million. Another money spinner for FIFA is gate revenue. The entire income from ticketing rights goes to a subsidiary company wholly owned by FIFA. In the 2015 to 2018 cycle, this brought in $712 million. Hospitality and accommodation rights and ticket sales are major sources of FIFA's revenues. A direct subsidiary of FIFA is entitled to enjoy 100% of the ticketing rights. In the period 2015 to 2018, the total money from hospitality rights and ticket sales was reported to be up to $712 million. In the 2018 World Cup held in Russia, more than 10 million tickets were sold. In 2021, ticket sales for the Arab Cup, when about 600,000 people attended, generated an estimated $12 million. About 3 million tickets have been sold for Qatar 2022, and with the prices ranging from $100 to $1,100, it's sure to be another bumper year. With so many countries vying to host the World Cup, FIFA naturally gets a big bargaining chip and gets away with dictating most of the terms. FIFA doesn't invest in any infrastructure related for the Cup. The onus for that lies solely on the host nation. FIFA pays the local organizing committee for organizing and conducting the World Cup. It also pays prize money to the participating nations, accounts for the travel and accommodation of players, and supports staff and match officials. Also, it makes available for the host country a FIFA World Cup Legacy Fund to be used in the future for the development of the game in the country. The year was 1872 when the first official football match was played between England and Scotland. From there on, football spread across Europe, giving birth to the Scottish Football Association in 1873. This was the second national football association, the first one being the Football Association, as the world's only governing body for regulating the game. As the love of the game spread and the number of international matches increased, there emerged a need to set up a global governing body, and FIFA, Fédération Internationale de Football Association, was founded on May 21, 1904 in Paris. It's one of the oldest and largest NGOs in the world. It united the football governing bodies of France, Belgium, Denmark, Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, Germany, and Switzerland. FIFA continued to grow and expand in federations and influence. The first non-European member to join FIFA was South Africa in 1909. In 1912, Argentina and Chile joined, and the US and Canada joined just before World War I in 1913. Since then, FIFA has continued to grow, being able to monopolize international matches. FIFA currently has 211 member associations. According to its official website, FIFA is modernizing football to be global, accessible, and inclusive in all aspects, not just on one or two continents, but everywhere. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This is all for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video.